Have you ever been in a situation where someone hurt you so deeply that you couldn't understand why it happened? Maybe you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, someone who manipulated you, gaslit you, and made you question your own worth. If you've experienced this, you know how painful it can be. But what if I told you that God can use even the most toxic people to strengthen your life? Welcome back, chosen beings. Today, we're diving into a topic that might feel uncomfortable at first, but is ultimately empowering: how God uses narcissists to strengthen your life. This isn't about excusing their behavior or minimizing your pain. It's about understanding how even the most difficult experiences can be part of your divine journey. So let's talk about why this happens, how to find meaning in the pain, and how to emerge stronger than ever. The purpose. Behind the pain, let me start with a personal story. A few years ago, I was in a relationship with someone who I now realize was a narcissist. At the time, I didn't see it. I was so caught up in the charm, the love bombing, and the promises of a perfect future that I ignored the red flags. But as time went on, the mask started to slip. I won't go into all the details, but I will say this: it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. I felt betrayed, broken, and completely lost. I couldn't understand why God would allow me to go through something like that. But here's the thing: God doesn't cause pain, but He can use it for your growth. Looking back now, I can see how that relationship strengthened me in ways I never could have imagined. It taught me about boundaries, self-worth, and the importance of trusting my intuition. How God uses narcissists to strengthen you. So, how does God use narcissists to strengthen your life? Here are a few ways I've come to understand it. To teach you about boundaries. Narcissists are experts at pushing boundaries. They'll take as much as you're willing to give, and they'll make you feel guilty for saying no. But through this experience, you learn how to set and enforce boundaries. For me, this looked like learning to say no without apology. It meant recognizing that my needs mattered too, and that I didn't have to sacrifice my well-being for someone else's approval. To show you your worth. One of the most damaging effects of narcissistic abuse is the way it makes you doubt your own worth. But as you heal, you'll start to see your value more clearly than ever before. I remember the moment I realized my worth wasn't tied to someone else's opinion of me. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. I realized that I was worthy of love, respect, and happiness, no matter what anyone else said or did. To strengthen your faith, going through something as painful as narcissistic abuse can shake your faith, but it can also strengthen it. When you come out on the other side, you'll have a deeper understanding of God's love and protection. During my healing journey, I leaned on my faith more than ever before. I prayed for strength, for clarity, and for the courage to move forward. And every step of the way, I felt God's presence guiding me to prepare you for your purpose. Sometimes, God allows us to go through difficult experiences to prepare us for what's coming next. The lessons you learn from dealing with a narcissist can equip you for your divine purpose. For me, this meant using my experience to help others. I started sharing my story, and I was amazed by how many people it resonated with. It was a reminder that my pain had a purpose: to help others heal. Finding meaning in the pain. One of the hardest parts of healing from narcissistic abuse is finding meaning in the pain. It's easy to feel like it was all for nothing, but here's the truth: your pain is not wasted. God can use it to shape you into the person you're meant to be. Let me share another personal story. After my relationship ended, I went through a period of deep reflection. I asked God why I had to go through that experience, and over time, I began to see the bigger picture. That relationship taught me about resilience, self-love, and the importance of trusting God's plan. It also showed me that I was stronger than I ever realized. Without that experience, I wouldn't be the person I am today. How to move forward if you're healing from narcissistic abuse. Here are a few things that can help you move forward. Seek support. You don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to friends, family, or a therapist who can support you on your healing journey. Practice self-care. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit. This could mean journaling, meditating, exercising, or simply taking time to rest. Forgive yourself. It's easy to blame yourself for what happened, but remember, you didn't know what you didn't know. Be kind to yourself and focus on healing. Chosen ones, if you've been hurt by a narcissist, know that you're not alone. Your pain is valid, but it's not the end of your story. God can use even the most difficult experiences to strengthen your life and prepare you for your divine purpose. So tell me in the comments, have you experienced narcissistic abuse? How has it shaped your life? Let's share our stories and support each other on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, remember, you are a chosen one, and your pain is not wasted. God is using it to make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the amazing things He has in store for you.